Question: a life insurer plans to expand rapidly into a new distribution channel using simplified underwriting and automated decision-making. Early projections show strong profitability and low capital strain. The regulator has expressed concern about customer outcomes and long-term sustainability. Advise the board integrating product design, underwriting, adverse selection, conduct risk, capital management, and the actuarial control cycle. 25 marks. Section 1. Interpretation and key points. Quick awareness check. The growth risk paradox. Rapid growth through simplified processes often masks a future surge in claims. Adverse selection. Making insurance easy to buy attracts the highest risk customers who are eager to bypass traditional medical checks. Model risk. Automated systems are only as good as their training data. If that data is from a different distribution channel, the strong profitability is likely a calculation error. Conduct versus prudential. If the system is unfair to customers, conduct, the legal costs and reputation damage will eventually destroy the company's money. Prudential. Section 2. Logic breakdown. 1. Framework selection, the actuarial control cycle. Use the cycle to explain that projections are just a starting point. The board must realize that the monitoring phase is the only way to know if they are actually making money, or just accumulating debt. 2. The underwriting trade-off. Explain that simplified underwriting creates information asymmetry. The customer knows their health better than the automated system does. This leads to adverse selection, where the firm becomes a magnet for risky lives. 3. Model risk and the honeymoon period. Address why projections look good now. In life insurance, premiums come in immediately, but deaths, claims, happen years later. If the model doesn't account for the selection effect wearing off, it provides false reassurance. 4. Conduct risk integration. Link the regulator's concerns to the bottom line. If the automated decision-making is biased or results in claims being unfairly rejected, the firm faces regulatory risk and higher lapse rates, customers leaving, which increases capital strain. 5. Capital management, tail risk. Conclude by advising that low capital strain should be treated with skepticism. The firm should hold a higher buffer for this channel to cover unmodeled correlations and the risk of the regulator forcing a product redesign. Section 3. High distinction model answer. The proposal to expand via simplified underwriting and automated decision-making must be evaluated through the actuarial control cycle, as this shift fundamentally alters the firm's risk profile. While initial projections suggest strong profitability and low capital strain, the board must be cautioned that these are often lagging views of risk. In the problem specification phase, we must recognize that reducing underwriting rigor creates a significant exposure to adverse selection. By lowering the barrier to entry, the firm attracts higher-risk individuals who would otherwise be rated or declined in traditional channels, leading to a heavy-tailed mortality distribution that current models may not yet capture. From a product design and underwriting perspective, the reliance on automated decision-making introduces substantial model risk. If the algorithms are calibrated on historical data from fully underwritten business, they will fail to predict the behavior of a simplified cohort. This creates a price-risk disconnect, where premiums are inadequate for the actual risk profile being assumed. Furthermore, the strong profitability reported is likely a result of the time lag between premium collection and claims emergence. Without rigorous experience analysis, the firm may mistakenly distribute profits that are actually needed to cover future liabilities. Conduct risk is a critical constraint on this strategy. The consumer duty requires the firm to ensure that simplified products provide fair value and good outcomes. If the automated system leads to unintentional discrimination, or if the lack of medical disclosure leads to widespread claims disputes in the future, the firm faces massive remediation costs and reputational damage. This directly impacts capital management. Poor conduct outcomes lead to higher expenses and lower persistency, which converts the initial low capital strain into a terminal liquidity crisis. Ultimately, the board must ensure the monitoring phase of the control cycle is robust. I advise implementing key risk indicators, KRIs, specifically for this channel, focusing on actual versus expected mortality, early lapse rates, and customer complaint volumes. The board must be prepared to de-risk the strategy by tightening underwriting or slowing growth if monitoring reveals a divergence from the sustainability plan. Professional judgment dictates that growth should never outpace the firm's ability to monitor and manage the resulting tail risks.